Welcome to your reading, Life Path 3. So we're going to be looking at what it is you are currently in the process of letting go of, and then we will take a look at what you are bringing in. So let's get your cards. Oh, the Star, the King of Swords, very strong energy, Life Path 3 coming through for you. Let's get one more card for this section. Nope, not that one. There it is. Ooh, King of Cups. Wow. Strong energy, Life Path 3. Let's see what card's coming through for you for what you are bringing in. The Wheel of Fortune. This card is classed as luck card as well. And it's fate as well. The Sun. I can't get over how strong your cards are. So we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Beautiful. We're also going to read a card from here, so you'll be having 7 cards all together in the main reading. And then after the main reading, Life Path 3, we will be doing the pick a card section. So I'll choose 3 cards. They will have a yes or no. Sometimes they have a maybe on them. So if you have a question, stick around for that. As a Life Path 3, you are the creative communicators of the numerological world. So you're naturally expressive, artistic, often optimistic, and you're drawn to joy, beauty, and connection. So at your highest, Life Path 3, you inspire others through your voice, through arts and through storytelling, but at your shadow, you may struggle with self-doubt, inconsistency, and you can be prone to superficiality. So let's have a look at what you are letting go of. Your first card was the Star card. So we can see that you are letting go of idealism. Perhaps a long-held hope or a vision of divine timing kept you in a state of waiting or fantasy. So the star is beautiful, but it can sometimes delay action by promising that it will all work out eventually. For a 3 who thrives when creating in the now, this is huge. So you're releasing the need to wait for inspiration or even healing to come from outside yourself. This is where you are bringing in and becoming your own light rather than looking for it outside of yourself. So your next card is the King of Swords. So this points to releasing an overly rigid logic, control, or like an analysis paralysis, that kind of thing. So especially when it comes to self-criticism or perfectionism around your ideas and your voice. The voice is really important with you because as a Life Path 3, and communication is huge for you. So the solar plexus, the throat chakra, and which is blue. The throat chakra will be a common theme throughout your journey, clearing through the throat chakra. So this card coincides nicely, the King of Swords, and with the blue background in this deck with your actual path. So you can sometimes become self-editor before you speak. So the king is saying you're done hiding behind intellect or being aloof, especially if it's masking vulnerability. So let go of mental detachment in favour for authentic expression. The King of Cups is next. So this is suggesting letting go of the emotional need of people pleasing. The King of Cups can be deeply feeling but emotionally reserved. So maybe you being the emotional anchor for others, being the wise and the calm. But as a 3, your soul craves emotional truth, including the wild and the raw parts. So you may find that you're especially drawn to things like shadow work, or you pick up in others as well when they are hiding their true intentions. So not necessarily doing it in a malicious way, but maybe just they're not willing to see the truth. So when you hear them speak, you can feel the shadow that's underneath what it is they're masking and they're hiding. You're releasing the pressure to always be emotionally composed or being what other people need you to be. You know, you're stepping into being more of who you and what your soul needs you to be, without guilt as well, because that's the other thing that's coming through with a life path 3. You can feel guilty sometimes when you see people going through something, especially something you have been through yourself, and you may want to help them, but then just not ready. You know, they're not always ready. So what you will be leaving behind is like idealism or fantasy based hope. So your hope is being more rooted in the reality of you, the reality of yourself. Over analysing, leaving that behind, and over analysing your words or even your emotions, like Afri. You're letting go of the emotional control and the need to keep it together, and perfectionism around how you are perceived. So it's letting go of any areas where you may have a bit of a polished persona in favour for stepping forward, being real and emotionally present, because there's been a hiding from being emotionally present to protect yourself. But as you are connecting more with your own light, you're embodying that star energy, you realise that trusting self above all else means that you can go to the world more open and less closed. Let's have a look at what it is you are bringing in. So the Wheel of Fortune, we're looking at big karmic changes here. Now, karmic, I just want to go into this a little bit, because generally when people say karmic, they look at it in a very negative way. It's like some sort of punishment, but karma isn't about punishment. It just is the world will reflect back your energy, your frequency, your vibration. So what you are consciously aware of, and that hides underneath as well. And some of it isn't even from this lifetime, it's from past lifetimes. So karmic changes are not about punishment, but you are embracing evolution. So trusting timing and becoming more comfortable with cycles, the up and the down, the light and the dark, getting less emotionally overwhelmed by the intensity of living on this planet and dealing with what happens on this planet. So as a 3, you're naturally an optimist, but it's now aligning with the divine flow rather than a forced cheerfulness. You're allowing change to lift you rather than it being unpredictable, or feeling it invoking fear. It's change is invoking less and less fear. So there's a softening of the nervous system here, or a healing of the nervous system. And again, we've got this beautiful blue energy for the throat chakra, which is in alignment with your path. So stepping into co-creation with fate, and we can see with the sun, this is the happiness card, life path 3. This card actually reflects you quite well. So you're stepping into your radiance deeper. So it's not just joy, it's bold, unapologetic self-expression, and this is so freeing for you. Especially when you've been going through the people pleasing or just trying to help others where maybe they just weren't ready, and you've had to minimize yourself because of that, or you've been on the receiving end of their shadows because of that. So the sun invites you to be seen as you truly are: vibrant, playful, wise, and powerful. The sun is solar power, it's power, This is your return to authenticity. It's where your inner child and creative self are safe to shine fully as well. And I feel with the sun, it's linked to the solar plexus. So maybe you're in a teenager's coming out a little bit, but it's like the teenage years are the hardest to deal with, for a few reasons. And when the teenage years come up in the healing journey as an adult, it can be very intense, but you're coming out of that intenseness, or you are more able to contain that intenseness and alchemize it. So you're bringing in clarity and joy, and maybe even the spotlight. So if you've been wanting to do something where this won't be for everybody, but for some of you, if you have been wanting to do something where you're in the spotlight, or what you think, speak, write, film, you want it heard, now is a really good time. You're being told that you are ready for this. That's what the sun is saying. You are ready. Healthy solar plexus coming into play. The Ten of Swords it's in reverse, so there's a healing and recovery from burnout, betrayal, and mental exhaustion. This reverse is key. So you're no longer identifying with the pain of the past. So the pain body, the attachment to the pain body is being released. You're reclaiming your story. So for a free, this might mean writing or speaking about what you have been through. And it's not about dwelling on it, but to transform it into wisdom. You're bringing in resilience, healing, and the power to transmute those wounds from the 10 here into wisdom. And connection to the body as well, because if you notice, the Ten of Swords, it's in the body, because the mind is not just in the head, it's the body. It's all of you. So that's why the swords are all over the body. These are the wounds that are buried, and that you have been pulling up and bringing out and taking out these swords to free yourself from pains of the past. So this overall, the reading is saying you're shedding the mask of perfection or emotional composure and allowing your true, beautiful messiness to take centre stage. You're being invited to stop intellectualizing your emotions, to really feel them, and try to quiet the noise and feel into the body, to use your voice even when it's hard, and to create from your scars, not in spite of them. It's creating from your traumas instead of in spite of your traumas, because generally when we create from our traumas, we can end up going the other way and going into the shadow, but in a different direction. So let the light in even when you still feel the shadows, and that is what you are doing. So we will now pull a card from the Dream Weaver's Oracle, and I just want to have a look at this box a second, because you are the magic you are looking for. So you are more than you know, meant for magical, meaningful life. You are more than you know. Let's get a card for Life Past 3. Life Path 3. When the weavers call your heart. Let's see what it says in the book. We've got a beautiful red colour. It comes across as orange on camera, but it is red. So that's the root chakra. 34-7, a highly spiritual number. So let's see what it says. Yes, love. The quintessential energy of life and the one glittering thread in the tapestry of your life that you cannot do without. This is the one energy that can heal all wounds, that can build bridges, find unity, and bring life into the world. When the dream weavers call your heart, you are being invited to bring the essence of love into your inquiry, to give it freely and wholly, and to receive it fully in the way it's being offered. Perhaps you have begun a new relationship and are wondering where it's going. If there is anything here for you, can you allow for love to come through without judgment or even measurement? Can you experience it without trying to define it and pin it down? Can you be the love you seek? The experience of kindness is a way to open the door to love. Can you show kindness to others today for no reason at all, just because you can? Perhaps you can spend quality time with a beloved pet or even send love to a plant. A good question to ask yourself now, if you have any dilemma regarding others or even yourself and the choices you need to make, what would love do? The universe is calling love to you in all its glittering, life-enhancing ways. Keep your heart open, drop your defences and expectations, and watch the miracles arise as if by magic. That was a beautiful message for your life, Afri. I will now clear the table and we will get the pick a card section out. Please keep your question nice and simple, and don't forget, Life Path Free, these cards are energy. Energy can shift and change, so if you are not happy with the answer that you get, you can always look at ways to change the outcome, as long as it's not to do with another person, because we cannot control others. Well, not in a good way anyway. I want one more. Oh, there it is. It's just popping out. So, pile 3, you take a moment. If you need more time, you may pause the video. I'm about to turn over card 1 now. So if you chose card 1, you got a yes. The key word on this card is resilience. It is the 9 of Wands. Card 2 is also a yes. This is the 6 of Pentacles. Charity giving is the key words on that card. And pile 3, oh, another yes with the 10 of coins. Look at you. The 10 of coins, combination. This card is longevity, stability, and manifestation. Manifestation mode. That brings us to the end of your reading. Thank you very much for watching Life Path 3. It's been a pleasure reading for you as always. Take care. Bye bye.